PNPRadio.net. It's your boy Uncle P, man, and I'm up here with three major contributors to the barbershop culture that's going on in the city of Chester right now. You know, I don't need to introduce them, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, man. Let's go, Mike. Let's go.
Yo, what's good? Y'all happening there, man? I'm back. I've been here for a long time. You know, but it's just me, Mr. Dope Cuts, Mike Martin, man. We got to my left. Big Biz. Tell them who you are, man.
Erica from home.
Oh, man. Listen, who we got to the right? Who we got to the fucking right of me, yo?
That's the Michael Jordan.
I'm sorry. This is the GOAT. This man has shook up the city in 3 days, man. He like Jesus Christ. He like Jesus. He died and rose back up in 3 days. I'm telling you.
Hey, man.
Bray, what's up?
Hey, man, listen.
Breeze here, man.
He got them things on the table.
Listen, man. Listen, man. This ain't about nothing but JR kicks. We ain't fucking.
Yeah, listen, here. This about you.
This is really crazy, right? This is really crazy. In 3 days, a man wrote a post 3 days ago. Actually, honestly, 2 days ago. It was Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday.
It's been. Tell him, bro. You go ahead and tell him about it, bro. We just gonna talk about it. From
honestly, man, I don't know what to talk about because like here's the thing, right? I had, you know, for those that know me, Mr. JR Kicks. JR Kicks is my sneaker brand. I think it was a week ago. You know, I kind of finished up my deal with Snipes, a 2-year sneaker deal with Snipes. So all my sneaks is going to go. Actually, my whole entire brand is going into the Snipes retail stores.
Big ups. Big ups.
They just did a big deal with Jimmy Jazz, so I got the email the last couple of days or whatever, saying that Jimmy Jazz is also on the table for us as well, on top of like some other big things. So, you know, about 25 days ago to be exact.
Right.
I had walked away from the game and everything completely.
Yeah.
I had let all my clients know. I had, told them, who they can start going to as far as a new barber and everything. Mm-hmm. And I had started really, kind of like locking in on the brand and getting ready for, everything that was, just happened.
Right.
And after I did the deal last week or whatever, I kind of sat back and I got like maybe 5 or 6 text messages from clients of mine, like asking me, like, "Yo, Bree, is you gonna come back?" Yeah, my clients.
Nobody else.
Yeah, my clients.
No walk-ins from your clients.
Just my people.
And tell them how long you been cutting though.
Yeah, so I've been cutting hair for 14 years, man. Okay. Like a lot of my clients.
I work with this man.
Yeah.
When he first got in the game, he sat right next to me.
Yeah.
So go ahead, keep going.
I was up there too.
That's the alumni. He had literally. We was all that.
We all came from the same tree.
Yeah, we all came from the same tree. So y'all know what we had to go through to get where we at right now, man. I mean, it was a shark pit up that joint.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And we talking about Supreme hairstyle, man. If don't nobody know, that's what we talking about.
Shout out to Bill.
Shout out to my
definitely put us in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like. But anyway, man, my peoples have been hitting me up, man, like literally every day for the last 25 days. I get, at least at the minimum 4 text messages asking me, am I coming back?
Right.
So after I finished the deal, I had like, you know what, man, I got some free time into June, production don't start or whatever. So let me kind of dedicate that time back to my people.
Right.
So everybody was like, yo, what's the bat number? Like, I'll come on the bat line. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna come back to the shop or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the offer I got the lowest offer I got was $80. The max was $120 for me to come back.
Exactly.
Wow.
So this was, maybe about 10 to 15, 20 people tops that was, kind of consistently like, yo, I'll give you this number.
Right.
So I scheduled 3 days out of the week, 4, maybe 5 hours out of, them days to say like, all right, for these guys that's willing to pay that, $100 for a haircut or whatever, they can come on these days and get cut.
Right.
That was the initial plan with the whole situation.
So you did that and you put it on social media so you won't have to do a mass text or something like that, right?
Nah, so what happened was I created the flyer to send the flyer out or whatever, to my people so I didn't have to do the same thing, do a mass text or whatever.
Gotcha.
And my first cut, my young bull was the first cut on Monday or whatever. So I took the picture, attached the flyer because now everybody, kind of been hitting me up like, yo, you back in the barbershop. And I'm like, well, this is what the agreement is that, if you're going to get a cut, because, my time is limited now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So again, I didn't come back to charge nobody $75 for the cut.
Right.
I was offered these numbers to come back.
From a group of people.
Yeah, from my people, my clients.
Your clients.
So I took the picture and attached the flyer to it for those that was my clients that wanted to come back, that they knew what the number was.
Right.
And my clients didn't have a problem with it. My clients is the ones that's not in the comments or crying about the $75.
That never got cut by you.
That's the thing. It's people that don't come to the barbershop. It's people that don't get their hair cut by me that
Never
got
bought
their
a pair
opinion
of
about it. Yeah. And my thing is like, cool, you know what I mean? Anybody know me personally, man, you know I don't care. It don't bother me. It don't really faze me or whatever. Cause again, I've been doing this, man, for way too long, and everybody that know me know, you know, my work is superior. So if I'm charging $75, I'm not charging $75 because it's gonna be some bull crap. It's gonna be, you're gonna be diced. And my young boys and all them, you know, they started putting, you know, posts up, you know, saying what it was. I really didn't have to speak on it.
Right.
It went to a whole nother level of, you know, the charging $75 for a haircut and all this out of nowhere. So I didn't even know, you know, why people was having a reaction to it the way they was having to it, because again, it wasn't for everybody.
Right.
It was for my people.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So it was just people, man, they, you know, feeling like they want to have an opinion about something, and they kind of took it and ran with it, man.
But you know what? I'm actually glad that it did turn into a debate, because now we got something to talk about.
Now we got something to talk about.
Because I'm gonna keep it a bean. I travel all different places and I tap in with different barbers, and that's 75 is on the low end for some barbers.
Going rate.
For real.
I mean,
for real. You know how many people come out of town, man, from like down south or whatever, and get a cut because they back in the area, and literally like give me $60, $70 and then ask me, is it enough money? And then tell me like, yo, man, if you was down south, man, like you would literally get this type of money. Like this is like,
for sure.
Hand over fist.
This is literally like, you know, you ain't got to fight with nobody to get this type of money.
Listen, man.
You know, so it's like,
and that's what we're here to talk about right now. The city of Chester, I love it. We all born and raised from here, right? You know what I'm saying? But we so behind as far as appreciating those cornerstone occupations of our culture.
Right.
We so far behind in paying a barber, because people think it's just a haircut.
Yeah.
Think it's just a haircut.
It's not.
It's much more than
way
just
more
a
than a haircut, man.
It's much more.
Your barber is a part of your
man.
life, man.
Listen, if
like for real, you
therapist, dad, mom, counselor.
All your big moments, your barber is there for. You get married. You know what I mean? You going to the prom, graduation.
Then you have kids. Now your kids
is going to your barber. How many times you done came to your barber, man, and needed to really just vent and get it off your chest?
Or how many times you came to your barber and you ain't even have it?
You ain't even have it.
Bro, I've been coming to you
bro,
for 10 years, I'm
listen,
sure.
bro.
You know I got you.
Your
You been locked in with me for 10 years, you know I got you.
Yeah, real valuable piece to your life, man, for real. And again,
I agree.
I said this earlier to P. I said, a barber, if we looked at our business the same way most businesses ran, if you work a 9 to 5 or whatever, typically how it goes is at your 9 to 5, every so many months, or every 6 months, a year, you get a raise or whatever. Yeah. And no matter if it's 50 cents, $1, whatever, they gonna give you a raise every 6 months to a year. So if a barber had that same mentality in his business to say, all right, every year I'm gonna increase on my cuts. I don't care if it's gonna be $2, $5 or whatever. Right. I'm 14 years in the game, so if I increase my price just $5 every year over the last 14 years, that's $70 at bare minimum that I'd increase. Right. On top of what the house cut was when I first came in, which was $20.
Now here's the crazy part about that, right? The crazy part is also performance. The man performance grew too. Yeah. So it ain't about just charging the price, y'all. It's about the performance. Does the performance in the product match the price? Yeah. Does the quality match the quantity? We looking at it like it's just a haircut. It's not just a fucking haircut.
No, it ain't.
It will never just be, especially to people who love what they do. Right. Let me say it like that. You got 3 people up here. Listen, I sell houses, I buy houses, rent houses out, and I sling haircuts. That's all I do. That's all I do. He sling haircuts and sell sneakers. Listen, this man took it upon himself to be like, you know what? I'm gonna cut hair for free. Listen, you're dealing with people who love what they do. So it ain't really about the money. It's not about the money, because when you come to us, you getting a good conversation. You getting time well spent. You getting to release some stress.
We creating an experience.
Come on, we creating there it
It's
is,
an
bro.
experience.
There
You
it
know,
is.
you paying for the haircut. You might pay $30 for the haircut, but the other $40
Come
is
on,
for the
man.
experience.
The experience,
the,
bro.
the escape. You know what I mean, we setting the atmosphere
Listen.
for you. For when you leave out the shop, now your whole day is set.
Hopefully it stay that
For the
way.
for the most part, I mean, you can walk out the shop and we making some of you. You making some of y'all look good.
You making them look
Almost
good.
said so. We making a lot of y'all look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't complain when, you walk in one way, but you walk out feeling
on.
Hold on,
Like
listen.
a whole
People
nother
don't
nigga.
understand this, right? If for a guy, for real, it kind of disappoint me with the fellas, because we understand what it mean to get a fresh cut, man, and
Right.
step out on a night. Because again, here you can have Gucci from head to toe on. You could have spent
Your head ain't cut.
$1,500 on your whole lay,
Right.
and your hair not cut.
Oh,
what?
man.
But you could spend $200 and didn't have a fresh cut. And
complete
get
the
way
whole
better
outfit.
results
Get way
than if you had the
better
Gucci
results.
outfit on.
Got darn right.
I'm
man.
glad you said
Like,
that.
so
Yes.
again,
I'm
if you
glad you
giving me
said that.
$75 and then spend $200 on the outfit from top to bottom,
Right.
you spend $275. Whereas though you gave Gucci or Fendi or Louis and all them $1,500 and ain't get the results that you was looking
Listen,
for.
man.
No doubt. But like I said, I'm glad you said that, because I think that
That's another
I
problem.
don't want to
of
say
ours.
it's just the city, because it
It's
happens
another problem.
everywhere.
of ours, our culture.
But
It's our culture.
right, because I think that here in Chester, even though everything you said is true, I think they feel like we should only be charged a certain price. Like we got to stay a $30 city when it comes to a haircut,
But
or
that's
$200.
that's the bad thing, though.
Sewing or whatever. Yeah, it's a bad
Because
thing
it
because
ain't no
they don't
growth, it ain't
respect
no-
leveling up. We
but,
can't level up. I mean,
It ain't no growth in none of that when you only see the value as what you think that you supposed to pay a person, man, instead of what they actually contribute and bring to the table and the value that they actually deserve to be paid, man.
Right,
Like
right.
again, if the shoe is on the other foot and you understand the long late hours, long days, the
24-hour
countless
Easter joints.
investments that you make. Shit, clippers alone, man.
Oh,
we
my
spend
God.
between $200 to $300 for a pair of clippers.
they would
man.
never know that
They
though.
will never get it.
They don't know that.
And then if you're a real barber, you got multiple.
Of
the
the same-
minimum a real barber got is 8 clippers.
Bro.
4 type of trimmers,
Bro.
5 type of trimmers, and then 3 or 4 different type of cuts. Clippers. That's what you're gonna cut their hair down with,
Right.
or fade with. But you at least at the minimum got 8 clippers. So you imagine
I got
at the
1,000
minimum
on
you
my
spending
station.
$200 per clipper.
I got over $1,000 on my
That's
station right now.
$1,600 in clippers, man.
Listen, I got over 1,000 on my station. I ain't talking about what I got home. I ain't talking about what I got under the station. Anything I got on my station right now over $1,000.
And clippers is like anything else
I got
that's
that,
an
and
art
again,
tool,
I don't
man.
even charge. I'm
See what
I'm at
I'm
like
saying?
1,400 on
Yeah.
Babblers, Gold
Yeah.
Dust, and
Come
Rose
on.
Gold
Yeah.
Shape Ups, just
on,
because
man.
you still want to give people a quality
Get
cut.
quality, man.
I
Because
mean, and you
love
can't
what
do
you
that with the Walmart
can't-
box
no,
joints.
no.
You love what
And
you
you gotta
do.
go cordless.
Exactly.
You can't keep going cord. That don't. I
Exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
It's
Because now it's all about convenience with everything,
Exactly.
man. You know what I mean? So the cordless is way more convenient, and the way they making the products now, they way more superior than when we first got in the game. So like, for real, like people don't understand, man, the craft that goes into, being a barber. It's like being an artist, and
Absolutely.
and
Exactly
anything,
the same.
any form of way. If you're a rapper or a singer, a painter, whatever
that's
you
true.
do, man, like we creators.
Yes, man.
When
We
you
are
walk in
artists,
there,
like you
man, like
said.
for real,
We artists,
your
for
hair
sure.
all over your head. We gotta make a masterpiece
we
out of
gotta
that
create
joint,
it.
man.
Exactly.
and if we don't, guess what you gonna do? Go talk about it.
Go talk. Social media, real
We'll
quick,
talk
just like
about
they
it.
did with this. Just like they
Yeah,
did with this.
exactly.
Quickly. And it had nothing to do with nobody but his customers. That's what I don't understand. How do we get from everybody to From his
I
customers.
think it started with the
everybody.
barbers though, because I seen a couple, barbers jump in and okay, well, if you don't want to pay $75, come see me. $75 is a lot. This, that, and third. But those same barbers, and they can feel how they want to feel. This is the reason why they haven't progressed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
This is why they at $20 and
Absolutely.
more than likely they're gonna stay
Absolutely.
there.
They gonna
You know
stay
what I'm
there.
saying?
But again,
at some point you gotta know when
those
to
barbers,
level up.
man, I guarantee you, if you match them to the barbers that's charging what they worth, man, it's night and
not the
day.
same.
I
Absolutely.
don't care what you talking about, because any barber that feel as though he's that good, he's not charging $20 for his work.
I don't care where you at.
Period. I don't care where you at. I don't care who you cutting or what you doing or whatever the case may be. If you know what you bring to the table as a barber, as far as what when your clients walk out the door, man, you're not charging $20 for that. Not when you know what clippers and all that stuff
But
cost.
that has a difference. Again, y'all, we talking about people who love the game.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't love it, I'm just doing it. This just is a
I'm trying to
hobby
make
for
some
me.
type of
Quick money.
Right.
That's that person. Me, I'm invested. I took tests. I went to hair shows. I'm seeing. I'm YouTubing still. In my season years as a barber, I'm still on YouTube looking at the newest thing, what everybody doing and how they doing it and all that.
Yep.
Just to stay abrupt, to stay current, and all that type of stuff. I am invested into this. My body and soul is invested into this industry. To me, it's the best industry in the world. Nobody can tell me when to leave. Nobody can tell me when to come to work. Guess what? As long as I pay that money at the end of the week, guess what? I do what I want to do. Just so happened,
You're an entrepreneur.
we came from a upbringing that was like, you know what? If you here, you gonna make it. If you ain't here, you ain't gonna make
You
it.
ain't gonna make
Right.
it.
And that's just is what it is. Like, know the difference between somebody who cuts hair and a barber.
Yeah, it's a difference.
It's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
I'll call a spade to talk about myself. When I first started, my first maybe 5 years, I just was cutting hair.
Right.
Me too.
I was not a
Me
barber.
too. I was not a
All
barber.
I didn't love it.
I was
All
not
of
a
us
barber.
was.
Man, listen,
And
I
I respected the fact that I stood next to barbers and learned how to
And they
become
were
a barber.
barbers.
Become a
Right,
barber.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I respected the game. I didn't come in the game thinking that, I could do all this. Nah, I really was the guy. I came 6:30 in the morning.
Humble.
When Cheese and Onk and all them was still, taking appointments at 6:30 in the morning.
Right.
And I knew, because by the time 9 o'clock got here, all the other barbers got here, wasn't nobody gonna give me a place. So that 6:30 to 9 o'clock, I might get 2 heads. But I still would sit there from 6:30 to at least 6 o'clock at night and soak in game, even though I only cut 2 heads out of the whole entire day. I make $40 for the day.
Right, but you there for 10 hours.
But I'm there for 10 hours soaking in the game. So again, I went through those trial and errors, man. Like, I took my lumps in this game. So again, me saying, even if I was to come out of retirement and say I was charging $75 a cut, that's my number. And I know that, again, when you walk out of my chair, you're gonna feel like, damn, this was worth $75.
Right. It was worth it.
You know what I mean? Everything that I give you, you know what I mean? Hair shampoo, hot towel, everything. Top to bottom, razor.
That's all
You know what I mean?
experience.
Like, you ain't gotta worry about like your hair being back in 3 days. Nah, my cuts last you. You gonna
Right.
be able to 5 days later, you gonna be able to look in the mirror and be like, damn, my joints still look good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just, again, like you said, man, honing in on your craft, man. And when you hone in on your craft as any artist, once you get to a certain plateau and you put that, time, and you invest that in, you should charge what you worth, man.
Right.
Any like I said, anybody in any field, once you get to that point and you know what you done put in, man, listen, you supposed to charge what you worth.
Listen, I say this really as a barber. Again, my head is not big. I just know the numbers. You've been cutting hair for 14 years. You've been cutting hair 12 years. I've been cutting hair in the shop since 2002. But I've been cutting hair. I've been cutting my brother hair out my mom's basement, everywhere in their house since 1998. Right? Now, I'm saying all that to say, when you have the mindset of this game and you want this game and this any game that you want, you got to look at not only what your demographic, which is around us, our area, but you got to also look at what you provide, what you do. So if I got to buy these new clippers and all that type stuff, should I always have to pay for it, or the people that I serve? I don't cut my own hair. So I'm not servicing me. So should the people that I service have to contribute to what I have to buy? Yes. Right. So that's going to be a price increase. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Okay, now I got to live. I got to talk about living. Like, this is all I do. Again, I sling haircuts and I buy houses. Thank you. That's all I do. So now I got a lifestyle. Like, apartments and renting houses ain't cheap.
Right.
This shit is $1,000 and up. Price increase. Like, go to your job. Just treat our job like you want people to treat you in your job.
Right.
That's it. You want your job to give you the best quality or best money out there, we're going to do the same for us. It's just that we control it all. We don't have a boss to say, yo, this is what you charge.
We gotta be
We
organized.
are bosses.
Yeah, we gotta be the organized person, man. We gotta treat our money like it's that paycheck that people get every week or every 2 weeks. Because again, when we sit down at the end of the week, man, we still got
bills.
Our living expenses on top of. I mean, if we in the shop, we got to pay the booth rent for the shop and everything. So again, man, all that stuff is all calculated into everything that you're doing.
Everything that we got to pay for.
On top of, like I said, man, for real, you be there 10, 12, man. I remember, listen, we used to be
Come on, bro.
12, 14,
Them
15.
24-hour Easter Jones, man.
Come on, bro.
Man, we used to, like, for real, man.
Them 24-hour Easter Jones.
You're away from your
killers.
family for that amount of time.
Exactly.
Servicing other people. Just think about that. Have compassion for that.
But not only, like, I think about how many Saturdays I haven't taken off. You know what's crazy? I haven't taken off Saturdays for so long that when I retired and I started waking up Saturday morning, I was feeling like I was doing something wrong by not jumping up and going to the barbershop because I hadn't taken off no Saturdays.
I don't work Saturdays.
So it became your life.
I'm jumping up,
It became your life.
6:30 in the morning. And like, damn, I don't know what to do with myself almost because I'm so used to running out the door first thing in the morning. Like again, people don't know the sacrifices that you make, man, especially when you gotta be your own boss, man. When you gotta be you self-made, man, you gotta put a lot of things in place for yourself. You know what I mean? That keep you in position for those rainy days. Cause again, you don't got a situation where you can go just pull money out of anywhere. That's all you, man. You gotta go stack that dollar for them rainy days because every month is not a good month in the game.
Every month is not a good week.
Every week is not a good week in the game.
Exactly.
Man,
you know what I mean? So
some
when
weeks
you
I ain't make nothing.
Come on.
What?
So when you had them moments, man, you gotta be
Rice
you
and
gotta
gravy
be
from next to the shop, straight up. $2 rice and gravy ain't make nothing.
We gotta eat.
Man, listen.
We gotta eat Great Wall.
I am keeping it a bean. I even went in Family Dollar a couple times and stuffed the Reese cup with my I'm hurting.
Especially when you building something on the side.
When I first started, it was rough.
Another
It was
business
rough,
on the side,
rough.
another stream of income on the side, man. For real, you really
Man,
be
it
like,
was rough,
damn,
man.
Bro. And then you ain't lying. Go right in that booth, eat that guy. Listen.
But I'm gonna talk about me because this going. I mean, I hope it don't ruffle no feathers, but it is what it is. But I charge more than that, bro. They complain about I'm at $80 house calls, and I only do house calls. I don't work in the shop, none of that. And that's just within 5 miles of where I live. But if I'm coming to Chester and Jersey, which I got clients, Jersey, Chester, even Baltimore, and it goes up based off of mileage. So they will definitely hate me.
Yeah.
Better.
Because, like I said, 75 is on the low end in certain areas. But I think it all boils down to target demographic. I don't advertise to people that I know is going to feel some type of way about my price. I'm not even going to. I'm not putting nothing on Instagram because I'm not arguing with you over my price. When you hit me up, depending on, I can gauge who the person is. All right, I know that he ain't gonna have a problem with it.
Right.
If I already know how you coming, we ain't even gonna talk what it costs for me to come to you. Nothing. You got a better chance of playing homeless. Cause I know you got a better chance of playing homeless and getting the free jump.
This morning, my man said, "Yo, I'll go up to haircuts for the homeless. I act like I'm homeless to get a haircut."
You got a better shot at doing that because I base my pricing off of one, again, you know, the time and longevity, but we can't always go based off time because there's some cats that's been coming for 30 years that's still trash. Spade to spade. But I also go off of my resume. Like I'm not just cutting regular people. I put in so much work where I feel as though that based off of my credentials alone, I should be able to charge what I want and get what I want. You see what I'm saying? I done cut movie sets and wrestlers and all types. So that stuff to me plays a part in my walk through the barber game. Like I said, and I took my bumps too. I was trash my first 4 or 5 years.
5 years.
But guess what? When I decided, all right, man, listen, man, I'm gonna take this thing
When
serious.
you lock in,
I'm gonna be a
When you
barber.
lock in, and I had people in my ear like, you trash. You don't want to hear that amongst the best barbers in the city
Right.
and the best barbershop in the city.
Right.
I got Chop next to me. He the youngest in the shop, and
the
he
youngest
running
in the
it
shop.
up.
Yeah, he
I
good.
can't finish last.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, for
my
real,
guy,
man.
man.
Like Supremes was a
Dog
shark.
eat
It was,
dog eat
it
dog.
was a shark
Dog
fest
eat
up
dog.
that joint,
I was
man.
in that joint in
I'm telling you.
2005.
If
I
Listen.
had Naeem, I had Wayne, I had
Yeah.
Cheese, I had Don, I had Bill, I had all these goats. and
What's main man?
all guys that
yeah.
when we was in
Even
high school,
had
they was talking
Jig
about
that
how
was-
these
that
guys
could
were some
cut
of
a
the
little
best
bit.
barbers in the city.
Come on, man.
Man, listen.
Like
Nigga,
when I
I had
got
to get it.
Not
when I
even-
got amongst them,
Boy.
I knew when I finished out of being a barber, they would salute me as one of the best that walked in this city. Cause I didn't want nothing other than be recognized with the Mooses, with the Cheeses, with the Dons, with the Breeze, with the Bill Reeds, with the Jasons, and all these boys, man, that literally for years, all you heard their name going through high school
That's
was
it.
just like, yo, this is my barber. So when I got in the barber game, man, y'all definitely listen. I don't care what none of y'all say. Y'all gonna salute me, man, because I put my time in, man, and I put superior work in every time, man.
Consistency is key.
For real, you're not going to chump my credibility because it's something that you don't like because it ain't a number that you want to pay. Because again, my number wasn't a number that I came up with.
Right.
It was a number that my customers felt that they
That's what's
wanted
even
to pay
that's
me.
even more crazy that they seen more in it than you.
Yeah.
You ain't even say
That was the crazy thing. They told me, Bree, we'll
this
pay
is what
you
you
this.
worth. This is what you worth.
This is what we willing to give you to
That's
come
crazy.
back and cut our hair. I was charging $40, $45 before I retired.
Right.
Literally, I'm like, listen, and Jokers was crying about that sometimes.
Right.
So I'm like, there's no way I was gonna come back out of retirement and cut for the same amount of money that I was cutting before.
No way.
Again, I promise y'all, I don't need to cut hair no more, man. I came back for my peoples, man. Like literally, we gonna be good over here, man. Like it wasn't a shot at nobody. I wasn't, you know what I mean, trying to blow up the internet. It just so happened.
you blew it
Thanks
up.
for the publicity.
You blew it
Thanks
up,
for
bro.
the marketing.
Definitely
You know
went
what I mean?
viral.
Go holler at my brand, JR Kicks. We coming to Snipe soon.
Bro,
You know
you
what I
blew it
mean?
up.
And
You blew
again,
it
like I
Talk
said
down.
earlier,
You blew
I
it up.
still love y'all. I'm
blew
still
it.
going to give back. I'm still going to do all my events in my community. I'm still going to do everything I've been doing, man. So for the haters, thank you. And for the congratulators, we going to keep on doing what we've been doing.
As you
The
should.
event coming up in the end of May. I hope everybody come and show up for the celebration of the big release and everything. But man, listen,
They was talking about you for 3 days, bro.
for
I caught it
for
the second day and I was
$75 though.
crying.
They was talking about you for
I
3
thought it
days.
was hilarious.
You know what I believe though? I believe we as barbers really need to come together as far as what we really like. It should not. It should not. I'm gonna say it like that. I ain't gonna say it should not. I don't believe it should be everybody in the city is paying a different price. We all should have a common price scale. Because again, we're all in this together for real, for real. I can't cut everybody. I don't cut on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, but I can't cut everybody. I cut the people that I can in the time that I'm allowed to, right? So if people come to me and they can't get me, right? But they go to Bree, and Bree only charging them $20. Not to say that what Breon is charging them is wrong, but I'm looking at it, me, on the opposite side, I'm looking at it as like, bro, and you're good, and you're good, and you're great. Don't get me wrong, and you're great. I'm not looking at the cut. I'm looking at the price. Why aren't you charging more for what you do to lowball yourself? Now I'm looking at you lowballing yourself. So we as barbers got to stick together to where as though this city grows as one. Like we hurting each other for real, for real.
Somebody
we hurt each other.
Somebody did the math over this job.
But I disagree to a certain extent because that's where it come in skill, longevity. Because you got certain cats and I don't like the name drop, but let's just say one of those shops that's around, that's just a shop.
Right.
I mean, they charging $25, $30 because that's really what they deserve. Bree charging $75 because again, he put all of the work in. They definitely shouldn't be charging what you charging if they ain't put in the same. They not running the same race.
I'm not, but I'm gonna say this like that, right? You can your haircut. Yeah, you might not put in the time that I put in, the 20 years or whatever, right? But things are so faster now. Like you can really learn how to cut hair.
Yeah,
but you gotta want to.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's the mentality.
That's the difference between they're just cutting hair.
They just cutting hair.
I'm a barber.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what separates the boys from the men.
But that's when I think, like that, again, like I said, any barber at that, once a barber recognize like, yo, I'm good. That's when you start charging to I'm good money. Like before you recognize, like again, like you said, B, you was 5 years. I mean, where you was like, man, I was
done. I said, man, I ain't doing it. I'm
but
good.
then once you realize, like, damn, I actually could cut, and you start going in your lane, you started charging your worth. So again, any barber that once he hits his peak where he know and realize like, yo, all right, I could really cut now. He's gonna start charging his value because he understands the clippers that he's buying is more expensive. The hair products that he's using, it costs more. You know, the things that he's doing to keep his clients update with the style of cuts, it costs more. So you gotta charge more. If you don't, then just as a business person, you backwards.
You backwards.
Because you paying more than you making. Mm-hmm. So you gotta charge more.
You know who started that though? Huckabuck. Huckabuck was charging what, $10, $15? And was doing that for years. To the point where no matter how good or how much he progressed, he stayed at that number. He had the mentality that the cheaper I charge, the more people I'll cut.
So, yeah.
But then you burning out though.
But he was cool with that because as soon as you up your price, oh man, you ain't even like that anyway. I'm gonna go over and see what such and such charging. That's just the mentality of the people where we at. Yeah. That's why demographic is everything. Me personally, I don't feel like I tapped into making the real money until I got out the city. Right. Till other people start noticing my work. Yep. I ain't even notice it. Or because I might have been charging $30, but they might tip me $20. Oh, I just got a half a man for a cut. Mm-hmm. Maybe I am all right.
You know what's crazy? Because for real, when you get that $50 cut, when you ain't charging $50, that $50 feels so good in your pocket.
Amazing.
You like, damn.
What?
It's
crazy. And then if it come back to back to back, you like, oh man, I might have something here.
Yeah, that's value and appreciation.
Absolutely,
honestly.
Absolutely.
That's what that is. That's valued and appreciation. They appreciate you. They value your time and your skill.
I had one old head, man, Mr. Chuck, man. God rest his soul, he passed away. Mr. Chuck used to come in, and I swear we used to fight over who was going to get him in the chair first because he gave $100, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't get a shape up. And he got a fade that you can throw in there, and the blend took literally, me and Dre would cut this, but we would almost like kind of see who can cut him faster.
Right.
Like you could cut this boy in like 7 minutes because he couldn't sit long because he was sick. So he wanted you to be able to get him in and out, and then he got a hot towel. He gave you $100 and gave the towel person $20.
So you just got a beam, he didn't even do nothing.
For literally less than 10 minutes.
Right.
For less than 10 minutes, he gave you a beam.
Listen.
So
and
like,
he probably still walked out the shop feeling like he was 100. He felt like he was that boy.
Listen, and he still wants you to put him in there. He ain't want you to just treat him
right.
He still wanted the fade to be tight and everything, but he ain't need a line and he ain't need all the craziness. But literally, he was giving you a beam for the cut, man.
Listen, man, because he valued the time, man, and the talent. Mm-hmm. That's what we got to get to around here, man. Valuing people's time and talent is like, come on. Mm-hmm. It's not. We're not rushing. A lot of us don't. I take hour. I'm still on COVID type time right now. I still take hour appointments.
I do too. All my appointments is an hour.
I take an hour appointment.
I don't want to rush no more.
I'm
too late in the game, man. I don't want to cut two people an hour. I don't want to work like that no more, man. Like when we was working like that, man, we was working like dogs, man. Like for real,
It was different,
for you to have a $400 day, man. You know how many people you had to cut? Almost 15 to 20 people. I mean, you started at 6:30 in the morning. You don't leave the barbershop till almost 9 o'clock.
Crazy.
You there for 14, 15 hours just to make a $400 day. Bruh. Come on, man. I done missed years of my kids' life just stacking bread and sacrificing, man, to get to the point that I'm at now. I promise you, when I walked away from the barber game 3 weeks ago, I was happy. I was content. I was okay waking up every day and not going to the barbershop.
Yeah, I was mad at you going back.
Like, I really came back because I got the time. I got a little bit of time anyway. And don't get me wrong, I love my craft, man.
You Michael Jordan, man.
You really Michael Jordan.
I said it in the beginning.
I might have Tom Brady, Joe, because Mike was away for a little bit long. Brady was away for 40 days.
You MJ me, man.
You know what I mean?
You MJ me, bro.
Your hair
That's a
don't
good
flow like
joint, though.
Tom Brady hair.
Naeem
To be
straight.
able to
Another
retire-
good one, another GOAT in the city. Barber,
Nah.
Naeem.
Yeah.
What's up, G?
So I'm glad he hopped on. What's up, Nine?
Yeah.
One by one, give me your top 5, 10
Oh shit.
barbers in the city. Let's talk about it.
Oh shit.
Man, listen, let's talk about it. And y'all can break it down to however y'all want. Y'all want to go longevity, y'all want to go skill, y'all want to go
I didn't
up
come here
and
for this,
coming.
man.
I'll start. And
didn't come here
it's
for
hard.
this.
It's hard to do.
It's hard. That's
It's hard to
hard.
do
Definitely
10,
hard, man.
but that's why.
Because you almost got to do it like how they do Chester High basketball.
Right, but we
championships.
talk about it.
What era was they in?
It is what
when
it
did
is.
they come up?
It is what it is.
Like
So you can break it into eras. You can say the OG era.
The OG
right?
era.
I can't bring in the era. I'm going
You got
skill, longevity, and who I learned from. Like who I personally, because I don't know every barber in the city. Especially,
that's another
especially
thing.
now.
Yeah,
I don't know half these. If I gotta go, I probably could go like a good 7. I'm going cheese,
Okay.
Nye,
Okay.
chop,
Okay.
Dre. It's this young boy over at Don Juan shop that I keep hearing about. They said he fantastic. I don't even know his name, like Ronald or something like that. I'm gonna throw him in there up and coming because that's all they talk about. I mean, and I got 2 dudes that I don't even know they still cut. Sean from Top Flight.
Okay.
Used to do the points. He was crazy. And Rob from Top Flight was major.
Rob was good back in the day.
And I would throw y'all in there from my era. I mean, Chop was a little under us.
Yeah, Chop was the young boy of the shop.
But
Listen, man.
Because Chop was,
And I
he
thought
was in the
Jason-
shop when he was like 16, 17. He was still in
He was
high
still
school.
in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, Chop was still in high school. cutting.
Chop
I'm
for
gonna-
me created the hunger because I hated seeing what he was doing, and it's like, why am I stagnant?
At such a young
such a
And he
age.
was younger than me, so it
Yeah,
really
at
made me
such a
feel
young
some type of
age.
way. And he was sharp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna dabble in this, Joe. I love listen, if you put clippers in your hand and you love it, kudos to you. I salute you. Cause this shit is not for the weak.
No.
It's not for the fainting.
Because we done seen a lot of come and go.
I seen a lot.
We done
fall
seen a
off.
lot of come and go.
But to give you a top 10,
Like, I don't have one.
I'm this is no order. I'm gonna tell you like
Yeah,
this.
there ain't no order. Mine wasn't no order.
There's no order.
The
But I'ma
OGs was
give
first
you
for me,
10.
but
I'm gonna give you 10. T-Roy, definitely.
see, I don't know him.
I don't know T-Roy.
Yes,
He
T-Roy.
still cut to this day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
think he do. I think he stopped. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he do
T-Roy.
it. He probably just do it by appointments too. T-Roy, big up. Cheese, Nye, Bill, Fade game, the best I've ever seen.
Listen,
That nigga take 2 hours on the fade though. I need you to speed that shit up over here.
Don't do my oil
If
like
you look
that,
at
man.
this, I need you to speed it up.
He a perfectionist.
Yeah. Jason from the new shop.
yeah.
Okay.
Now he got his own shop. Big up, old head. Who else? Musa, another fade guy. Dre Kennard, Bree,
Yeah.
Biz, you know. put me in there. You know what I'm saying? I gotta thank myself, like Snoop. Wayne, yes.
Wayne.
Gotta put my
Definitely
pretty boy Wayne in there.
Definitely Wayne.
And that's all I can give you right now.
Like that, like for me, it wouldn't be like, it would just be a list of my like barbers that I like. Like you said,
Yeah. Pretty
like,
much that's what it is.
Dre my barber, so yeah, I mean, definitely Dre. Bill my old head, man, like literally gave me the game.
Right.
Like Nye definitely, he gave me my aggression. Like I'd never forget when I got in the game, I was afraid to kind of like line you up, and Nye slid up on me. He was like, "Yo, man, touch that line." And so like definitely OG Nye, man. Like Musa was my high school barber, man. He kept me sharp all through high school. Bree was definitely my guy, man.
About Bree.
God rest his soul, my man Chalky Diamonds, man, for real. Like
Absolutely.
Jason, I always seen a lot of his work, man. I never got a cut by him, but I definitely seen a lot of his
I'll
work.
tell you stupid. Really be careful for at least 50 years.
My old head, Don, man, he gave me my fade for real.
Don was crazy with
I
design.
stood next to Don chair and learned my
crazy.
fade, man.
Yeah, man.
Like for real, man. I got a list
forgot
of
about
just
Chino,
Rob,
too.
like you said, Rob back in the day, Cheese for real, man.
Cheese to me, greatest of all times, man.
Cheese was
Cheese.
He gave me
Different.
this different attitude, this different swagger, man. Because Cheese, he cut with a swag,
He
man.
allow you, talking to old head, that's my guy, that's my bro for real, man. Talking to Cheese just about the game. Like he allowed you, it's all about being yourself.
You're being yourself.
Right.
Be yourself behind this chair.
And just add your own
and
flavor
just
to it.
Add flavor to it.
Add
That
your own
nigga is
flavor.
funny.
He gave you that.
He all that, man.
Yep, he gave you that.
That nigga is it, man.
Yeah, he gave you that, man.
So,
You know what I love
he
about
embodies all
Cheese?
that. He
I
embodies
never
all that.
seen Cheese. It's like every time he cut, whoever he cut, it was always consistent. It wasn't
Yeah.
always like
Yeah.
he woke up late and none of that.
Nah.
It was
Consistent.
always
Yeah.
crisp. And he the first person
Yeah.
I ever known like cut for like the funeral home.
Listen, man.
I'm like, you about to do what? He's
Yeah,
like,
come
I'm
to the
go-
funeral home,
That's
go cut the
that
dead people.
alone is different.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Never
the
did?
nervous. I wouldn't. Nah, I ain't-
Never. He would never.
No, I'm cool.
Good.
I don't even like
I did too
funerals.
last year.
Yeah, I'm good.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
600
something.
a pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. Haircut for the homeless.
600 a pop. They got a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a budget. When you in your insurance, you got a what they call it, something budget. Shit,
I don't know.
I forget. It's like a costume budget or something like that with your clothes.
I'm
and
scared. I'm scared.
All that. You did.
I know that's the part. That's what scares me.
I'm with you, man.
You can't cut him.
Bro,
And like
I got a bald head. Just shake the beard up.
I'm just
600.
I forgot
I be
about Chino
the person
too.
that
Not
the body end up
mean,
twitching on or something.
Shout out to
You know what I mean?
Chino.
Like, I'm a little
I
bit,
like
a little. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
There it is, Rain. That's the shit. Wayne, go to work. Wayne back on the same. Wayne was good. Wayne was good too. Wayne was good. I'm saying
I
was
don't
because
know him.
you stopped cutting. He used to cut down there on Slow Shop at Marcus Hill.
Okay.
He was down there.
I heard Slow was nice too. See, I don't
Yeah.
really know him like that.
Slow
either.
was good. Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot of barbers, man, that I've seen
it's
their
like
work, but I don't
Syph, too,
personally
man.
know
I
them.
forgot
I
about
heard about
Cypher.
Syph.
They said
Syph
Cypher
heard
was
about
nice too.
Syph.
Yeah.
Syph started that shit when you in the chair and he leave.
Oh,
Syph was that barber. And when I say
another thing.
when I say
The professional
when I say
barbers that
leave,
literally-
bro, when I say leave, this nigga will go in Philly, Russia.
huh?
Yes. This nigga will
While
go,
you in the chair.
While you in the chair. And
Yeah, nah.
guess what? Hold up. Whoever in the chair did not leave. That's how good. That's how you know you're good. They stay in and wait for this mother to come back.
And
Whatever
finish
he
it.
doing, he's still there. Finish my hair. That nigga be going for 2 hours. They still in the chair.
That's another thing, man. Getting the professional, you know what I mean, part, man. Like everybody don't got it, man.
Bro.
Being on time, being dependable.
Definitely gotta be professional.
You know what I mean? And
Wayne
again,
helped
like
me
you
with that.
said, like
Wayne helped me with that.
a joker just
He helped
running
me with
out,
that
you know
as
what I mean,
well.
in the middle of your haircut and leaving
Bro.
you in the chair for half hour,
Bro.
hour. Like
He was the god.
You
of
over
that.
There's a
Eating
difference with
while
having to
you-
run up the
yeah,
street
nah.
for 5-7 minutes
Right.
or something and
Bro.
come back, but then like half
He
hour.
He was the god for that. Syph would leave Listen, he was one of those ones getting up there early in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. Early in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning, cutting hair, right? So he ain't eating no breakfast. He ain't doing none of that. If he get a phone call like, yo, man, you got breakfast going on, I'm out. I'll be back. But the thing is, he don't tell you what time he gonna come back. His niggas just say, I'm gonna be back. When you come back and you ain't got no food for me too, that's crazy. Crazy. But yeah, man. Those some great barbers we mentioned too.
Yeah, for sure.
Those some great ones.
Yeah, for real, man. I took from a lot of them
All
barbers,
of them.
all the way from a kid being in high school, man. Like again, just seeing like how they would cut my hair, man, and then when I got in the game, like I said, I had a lot of respect for a lot of them boys, man.
And going down to that shop when I was in high school, going down to Top Flight.
Top Flight.
My hair every week, right?
Top Flight.
Top Flight every week.
Man, Top Flight was
What to do? How you doing?
That's another
this,
question.
This, down and third.
best shop in your area.
Top Flight.
Top Flight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because
Top
I know
Flight
Top
into
Flight and the
Supremes.
new shop
Top Flight
was
into
like
Supremes.
a top. I mean,
Top
they
Flight
was
into
both
Supremes.
crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Top Flight
Top
to
Flight.
me and Supreme was really one and the same. Just take out a couple barbers.
take out a
you know what I
couple
mean?
barbers,
But it
yeah.
really was the first shop where you had all of the best under one roof.
Yo,
It's crazy.
but
Yeah.
hold on though. I don't know. I think they did just do their 20th or something like that.
Who that?
I think the new shop
The
was
new
at
shop?
the Top Flight. I mean, at the Supremes.
Yeah.
I want to say.
The new shop was after Supreme?
Yeah,
No.
No, the new shop was
been there since Top
The new
Flight.
shop was there since Top
When they
Flight.
had,
What?
it was
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
it was Reedy, it was
Yeah.
Wow.
they
It
had
was
they had-
Raouf.
Raouf, yeah.
all them.
New shop been there
Dream
for a
was
minute.
there. Dream was yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
new
was
shop been there for a minute. They was the two
around the
heavy
same
hitter
time as Top
barbershop.
Flight.
If you ain't go to Top Flight, you definitely was going to the new shop.
Yeah,
This
it
was
was
before,
either one or two
but it
spots.
wasn't a whole lot of shops either. Now you got shops everywhere.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, but they definitely the two legendary shops, man, in the city,
top,
man.
Top Flight, man.
And if you want to go back in the old head era, then you got Lester's. You know what I mean, that everybody, you know, of course, everybody know, man. Lester's was infamous.
I didn't go to Lester's.
Now I'm saying for like the old heads, like if you go
They still
to,
around
to,
though.
to
That
the old head, yeah, I
that
mean,
lets you
era,
know
they
something
all
like
was
that.
in the
No,
in Lester's.
I was at what's that? Brown Pies.
What?
was
Next
that,
to the
Norms?
Masjid? Norms.
I remember
Norms.
Norm.
Norms was around the corner.
Right.
Yeah. That was Norms. That's where I was at.
No, I ain't never went to Norms.
Yeah,
I went to
remember
Top
Norm.
Flight all the time. That was my barbershop. And then I kind of poked my head in a
That's
new
when I was
shop
young,
a
though.
few
I was
times.
young.
Raouf cut me a couple of times when I was at when I went to new shop.
I feel
Oh,
like
it was something called. It was another name for it. So the new shop was after the fire. Okay.
Okay.
oh, okay. I feel like Top Flight was, to me, probably the only shop you can go in and almost anybody
Anybody
could
could cut you.
In there.
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
really think
they had
about
some
it.
dogs in there.
It wasn't.
Like it wasn't like
it wasn't a
yo, I
bad.
don't
It wasn't a
wanna go
bad.
to
Yeah.
Those five.
It wasn't a
You
bad
might not
hand
go
in
to
that
two of
job.
them, but for the most part, I think anybody
They had
in
some
the
big-
strappy.
Yeah. It wasn't
They
a
had
Matter
bad
of fact,
hand
shout
in
out to
that
Dev, because Dev, that was his shop.
Yeah. They had some
shout out-
dogs in
shout
there.
out to
Cheese
Dev,
was in
man.
there.
Yeah, man, they had a
Wayne was in there.
going there for me was like going to the playground as a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't wait to go to the barbershop. Sitting there all day.
Yeah.
So we got a real question, right? Who influenced each of you to want to be barbers? Let's start with Mike.
Again, I gotta roll with Cheese, man. Cheese out there in Woodland. Big ups to my big guy, my old head. He while I was in Chester High, again, getting money and doing stupid stuff and all like that, I was getting a haircut every week. And I sit down and just bust it up with him, talk to him, what's going on, how things going, shit like that. How you do this? How you getting this hot like that? What are you doing? Why is that darker over here than it is over here? What is this? I'm asking questions. I'm inquisitive. Because I'm looking at it like this. Motherfuckers coming in here one way and being transformed a whole nother way. How you getting? This is what he did. Then one thing led to another. I got an opportunity at 20th Street. That didn't work out. I went right around the corner to Supremes. And then I just reunited with him and took off from there. So he is my inspiration. And then when I got in there, I'm young. I'm around all these dogs. And it wasn't even all them chairs that's there now. It was probably like
9.
9.
It's 9 then.
So we was all there together. It was what, 14? It was like
dogs.
14 when we was all there together.
I'm next to Wayne, who in this mug at 6 in the morning. Cheese, who in this joint 6 in the morning. Man, hustling ain't nothing now. This is hustling.
Right.
Nye in this joint, a gorilla, project animal. So he know how to engage with people. These boys, no lie, no exaggeration, right? They gave me my hunger because you know what? Now you gotta meet these niggas in the parking lot.
Right.
I had to meet niggas in the parking lot, bro.
Right.
I gotta go out there. Why they can't come in here?
Right.
Nah, go get your food. Go get your money.
Mm-hmm.
That turned me. That made listen. Then I seen it. Once I applied what they gave to me and the dog they was feeding me and turning me into. Come on, man. Then Wayne back there, all in his lonesome,
Right.
teaching me professionalism, bro. If you want this, be here. Be on time. Cut this way. Do this like this. Damn it. Guess what? You gonna see shit that you've never seen before.
Right.
And they ain't lying. So my whole goddamn Supreme Hairstyles lineup was influential in my barber game.
Absolutely. Breon?
For real, man, I stumbled into the barber game when I got in trouble as a young boy at 18. I went to jail when an old head taught me to razor and comb.
Right.
And I kind of like start messing around with that. Cutting bulls for their visits and everything, up the way. And when I came home, I kind of like, I wasn't thinking about cutting no hair. I jumped in the car business, start selling cars. And it was the recession that kind of put me back into being a barber, because once the recession hit, the car business went down. Right. So I was like so used to making a certain type of money being in the car business, man. I like, for real, like I said, I seen my first $1 million at the age of 22 years old in the car business, man. So like, I was just used to a certain lifestyle. So I sat down one day, my little brother, he needed a haircut for his pictures. And I always kept like a pair of clippers or something around or whatever. And I cut him in the midst of this recession. I'm like, damn, man, you know what? Maybe I could think about cutting hair. Right. And the same week I end up, having to go to the barbershop and get my hair cut. And Unc Bill, he was my barber at the time. And I'm like, yo, Unc, man, I'm thinking about cutting hair. And he like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. He like, so what you want to do? And around, I think, what was it? Empire Beauty School, whatever was around that time or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about going to Empire. Like, what would you do that for? I'm like, because don't I gotta go get the license and everything? He like, bruh, like you ain't never looked on his wall. He got all the certificates, barber teacher and all that stuff or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, nah, I never literally he might have been cutting my hair about 7 years by now. I never looked on the wall and seen, that he was, able to put you in a position. And he really, around this time, Musa was just about to get his shop. And he had literally maybe got his shop a month earlier before he was expecting to. And Unc was like, yo, you on deck, man. Right. So he was letting me like use his chair. And I had started he started letting me use this chair. And me, like I said, like I'm just a hustler, man. So my uncle, he worked at a homeless shelter. And I was like, yo, I need people to practice on. And I ain't want to mess up nobody and be charging them. Right. So I had hit him up, and he had gave me like 4 or 5 homeless dudes like every day to whatever, going up Upper Darby, grab these bulls, cut them. And then, so that was my practice for like weeks. And then when Musa, got his barbershop, I got his chair. From there, man, it was, like Mike said, it was a dog eat world, man. You had to figure out how to survive in that joint. Like you said, you had to go meet jokers in the parking lot. I literally, I no lie, no exaggeration. I got up 6 o'clock in the morning, got to the barbershop no later than 6:30. Unc and Cheese was always the first two to normally open the shop up. And literally from 6:30 to about 9 o'clock, because that's when like all the barbers pretty much by 9 o'clock they was in. So if you ain't getting nothing between 6:30 and 9 o'clock, man, you starve for the rest of the day. Like I said, I might get 2 heads, man, all day long and be there for 10, 12 hours. So it was a stumble into it. And then once I got into it, it was like, man, I ain't gonna let nobody outwork me, outgrind me. And eventually I'm gonna be one of these bulls that they come in here and everybody be asking, can you cut my hair? Right. And I became that. Everybody started to kind of move and do their own thing, get their shops and everything. And I started to become a bigger name in the shop. And I got better and better and better. And you just like them type of dudes being around you, they was real intimidating dudes, man, for real. like if you ever been around any of them dudes, man, they great dudes, but they definitely got that intimidating energy, and you got to have an intimidating energy back to be able to be in that barbershop with them.
It's like an all-star team,
it's really, man, like it's like you playing for your playing time. You got to go out there, and when you get that chance to get on the field and put in the time to be able to run with the dogs, you got to be able to show them that you willing. I remember Cheese would go up. I swear I put the best cut in, and Cheese would walk up to me and be like, damn, you ain't gonna shake my man up? And I swear, I'm like, I didn't razor demon and everything. I'm like, damn, what you see that I don't see? But it was one of them things, like, he just telling me, like, yo, you could do better, you could go harder. It wasn't a bad cut, but you can definitely step it up a notch. Yeah, so like that was the energy that you always got, man, around them type of dudes. So it either made you or it broke you. It made me, man, because again, I wasn't going back down from the challenge, man, and it made me into what I am now.
Haircuts for the homeless.
I'm gonna say is how I even decided or thought about even touching clippers. I had went to a job. Well, Wayne used to cut my hair every other week, and I would always just be around everybody, just like they say. I mean, the energy. But one day I went to a job interview. I didn't get the job, and I had my haircut appointment right afterwards. So I went in there and I was salty. And he noticed. He's like, "What's up, nephew?
Yeah,
You
hustler,
good?"
man. He's smooth talking.
I'm like,
he's
like, "What's up? You good?" I'm like, "Man, I was supposed to get this job at Kid, a car joint."
Right.
I'm like, "Man, they ain't give me the job." He like, "Man, you know how to draw. Why you ain't been trying to cut hair?" I'm like, "Man, I ain't coming in this joint with these boys. All they want to do is burn on you. I ain't got time for that." I'm like, "Oh, this ain't the time to be trying to give me the cut hair." He like, "Just come up, man. You're not going to work tomorrow because you ain't got the job." He said, "Just come up. I mean, laugh with them, whatever. I mean," he said, "Stand next to Chop." I'm like, "For what?" He said, "Cause Chop the youngest."
That's
so
Bill Reed, right?
Right,
Bill
Reed. Mm-hmm. He like Chop the youngest. He the newest in here, so he learning. You could be learning right along with him, whether you take the chair or not. I was up that joint for probably like 4 months straight. Called my mom and said, "Ma, I need some bread. I'm trying to get some clippers." He said, "You about to cut hair?" I said, "Yeah, Bill, won't give me a chair." From there, it was a wrap. But again, for the first, I think I was up there for maybe 3 years, something like that. And it never panned out. I learned how to cut. I thought I was okay, but I wasn't good enough to be amongst them.
Right.
So I just said, I'm done. Then I get a call from Nye. "Come on, man. You can't be done. Like, you ain't even get your feet wet yet."
Remember when you came down the shop?
Nye said, "Come down here. I got you." And it's only 2-3 of us.
Right.
Went down there with Nye. I got better, but I wasn't good enough. Right. At this point now, I'm like, man, I hate cutting hair.
Right.
I hate cutting hair. Left Nye's shop. Here come Don Juan.
Right.
Oh, I need somebody. It's me, Wayne, and Chop. I'm like, all right. Now, if it don't pan out this time, I'm really. So I go over there, and over there is when I really like start coming into my own. I still ain't feel like I was good enough, but I was making a couple dollars.
Right.
But the passion wasn't there. I was really doing it because I was making some money. Right. I mean, like it was, and it wasn't a lot of money. I was just cutting hair. I mean, it wasn't until I quit totally and I got into the haircut for homeless thing, which was probably like 3-4 years later, that I felt like I'm a barber. Because now I ain't got nobody over my back. If I make a mistake out there, I gotta figure it out. Right. And that's when I start getting good. So my fade game changed. I mean, I start cutting different types of hair, Chinese, white, whatever. I mean, so that's when I felt like, all right, this is where it's at. And I wasn't making a dime. So now I'm really stuck. Like, but that's when doors start opening. Again, other people start seeing how good I became or how nice I was. And from there, it just doors swung open. But definitely and I took something from every shop. Like, taught me, he put the clippers in my hand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nye taught me how to be hungry. I mean, stand outside, hit the ground, take them flyers, man. Like, I mean, go in that project and grab them young boys that need cuts. Don Juan and Wayne, they taught me early burgers to worm. So, like, yo, I'm in there at 7 o'clock, tired, don't want to be there. But you gonna get it 2-3 stragglers,
Right.
and I might make those $60, $70 for the day. To me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then Chop, I owe my whole barbering situation to Chop, man. I mean, as young as he is,
I talked to him last
he,
week,
man,
He
Chop,
in Texas killing it.
Chop used to grind me up,
Texas
grind me up, man. Clean your clippers. I mean, all that. Like, go buy some new clippers. You made $100. You ready to go buy something to eat? Man, go buy some. Man, Chop stayed on. He stayed on. I owe Chop some money. I feel like Kanye. Straight up. I feel like Kanye and Beans. Like, I owe Chop some money, man. Chop, if it wasn't for him on my back like he was, I probably would have.
Because sometimes you get it, you hear stuff better from your peers, like close to your age.
Everybody give you something in this game, though, man.
Sure.
Like,
Everybody give you something, like, for real.
and that's it.
And that's what it is. If you in this game and you really take it serious, man, then you gonna learn. Because eventually, what happens is you tap in with the barber that
That'd be
kind of
nice,
almost give you the influence that you need to keep on going.
Right.
I mean, everybody don't speak to you. Like, you know what I mean, some of us, it took a little longer. Some of us, you know what I mean, we kind of grab it right away. But like, for real, once you get it, you got it, man. And it's like, literally, I don't care what you do. As long as you don't throw them clippers away, you can get off any plane in the world, man, and get a bag, man.
No doubt.
For real.
Money, baby.
No doubt.
Anywhere. And that's one thing that I love, that, you know, this is something that, man, you know, I took serious, and now, like, for
You
real.
charge 75 a cut.
But for real, like, honestly, it wouldn't
You
be.
charge 75 a cut,
It
bro.
wouldn't have been no JR kicks without me
Without
cutting hair,
barbering,
man.
no doubt.
Because for the
But you
same.
charging 75 a cut, bro. Motherfuckers can't take that. You can't pay that around here. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep it a bean, right? That's $150 a month.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, people got it. People just don't want to pay it.
Right.
it.
That's all it is.
That's it.
That's all it is.
Because
have it.
think about how many times you spend $75.
And you say you
And what you spend it on?
And you say you spend a whole hour on my head, bro. I've gone to barber after barber. I stuck with Naeem the longest. You feel me? OG was cutting my hair for the longest, but I done been with Wayne. I done sat in a chair with Musa. I done sat in a chair with Cheese, right? And
Everybody except us three. Nah,
I
man.
cut his head.
Mike cut my hair. Breon wouldn't cut my hair because I was coming from somebody. You feel me? He like, nah, bro. You feel me? You're not doing that. You feel me? I'm like, damn, man. I was just trying to find. You feel me? Really, for real. I just like to salute everybody that's out here doing their damn thing.
No
You know
doubt.
what I'm saying? Like, so if you could cut hair, you could cut my hair.
Right.
We ain't in no relationship, nigga. It's a haircut. You feel me? But I get why people take their barber serious.
Yeah.
Because when Naeem was cutting my hair, I took him serious because he had me sharp. I was
Yeah.
cool. You feel me? Like, so at every instance, you have complaints, right? And you have people that don't like what you're saying. And I had no problem with you putting that. I think what happened was it seemed like it was a promotion for you. And you were saying $75. Thinking like, damn, nigga, you charging $75?
Right.
I wouldn't pay $75. But after I sit there and think about it, an hour in your chair and you hit me with the hot tail, you giving me all of the
I'm
things,
giving you the works.
you giving me the fucking barber experience. Why wouldn't I want to pay $75? And we sitting there, we talking about sports,
we talking about everything. Whatever you need to get off your chest that day, you unload it on to me. And again, I'm the type of dude, I'm not gonna give you no nonsense. Anybody that ever sat in my chair, they know I'm not gonna give you no nonsense, man. Because again, we black men, and we got enough nonsense in our life already.
Right.
You came in and you was giving me nonsense. Why would I feed more nonsense into you?
No, man.
Nah, I'm gonna give you something to kind of hope this haircut match what I'm giving you to help you be able to go out there and get back in the battle again, man.
And them cats that complain about that $75 a cut is the ones that complain about gas prices going up.
But
They them
again,
cats.
they the same ones that, again, I don't cut none of these bulls, man. Like, they don't even come to the barbershop. So again, why they felt so opinionated about a cut that, I mean, a $75 haircut from a barber that they don't even get. Like they said, my barber only charged $30. Cool, you're a barber.
Right.
I'm not your barber.
Right.
So, you know, for
And
you
you
to
get
feel
what you
any
pay
type
for,
way
man.
about me charging the 75, you like, again, they was just that we call them Twitter finger people, man. You just wanted to have something to say because it was a trendy topic at the moment.
I just want to say this, man. I think our priorities all jacked the fuck
That's
up.
it, man.
If you can have $400 to $1,000 shoes on your feet. Don't question nobody's price, bro.
Yeah.
Don't question nobody's price. You walking around with a haircut on your feet.
More.
And more. Don't do that, man.
Not even that. If you have no intentions on getting your hair cut by that man, you should have never said nothing.
It's no need to speak.
Like,
It's no need to speak.
You
on
ain't
it.
going anyway, so what's the purpose?
Yeah. You don't need to speak on it because you ain't going over there anyway. And it's just like anything else in life, man. When you get to that level, you pay to the level that you want. If you not on that level, then of course, I'm not going to pay that neither. If I can't afford to pay that number, I'm not going to pay that number, and I'm not going front. I'm not going in the Louis store if I can't afford Louis.
Right.
Like it's disappointing to walk in Louis and see 15, 2,000, 2,500 and knowing I'm not trying to spend nowhere near that.
Why would you walk in the store?
Why would I walk in the store? So the same thing. Why would you engage with a barber that wants $75 for his cut when you know you ain't trying to pay that?
Leslie said most of their sneakers fake anyway. Damn.
Who's sneakers fake?
But this has been a great conversation, man.
Yeah, for sure. We needed to have this talk, man. Barbers don't talk enough.
We gotta do more of this.
Absolutely.
I think we should do more of
Hey,
this,
Mike,
man.
you got to get 2 other barbers, man.
We need to turn this into a show.
Like all types of barbers need to be up here because for real, yo, literally, no lie. I believe I was talking in the shop today about this. I believe our industry is not being taken care of correctly.
Honestly, hold on. Before the women actually, and I'm not knocking my fellas because for real, you might be giving the female the money or whatever the case may be.
That's even worse.
But the thing is the women, I've had women clients pay me better for their 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old son than the men pay me for their own haircuts, man.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
But what I'm saying is
It's gonna happen.
as a man, it's on your head.
It's
You
gonna
should
happen.
value it way more.
It's gonna happen though.
But again, why is that?
Why? Because niggas don't care.
That's the problem.
Niggas don't care.
Like, so again, you willing to pay for all the shit that don't matter, but
the
the
neck
thing,
down.
yeah.
But if you know what I'm saying.
But the important thing that actually draws some value, makes you look good, like a job interview, all that type of stuff. Like,
But that starts with the barber and his pricing. You feel me? So if I'm not charging you the price that I really want, then you're going to give me whatever you want me to have.
Yep.
You feel me? When a motherfucker cut my hair, I give him a tip. You feel me? Here, bro. Like, I ain't worried about it. You feel me? Because I appreciate you. You got me looking right. Damn. Now, hopefully this joint don't swell up a little later because it felt a little sharp. But, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I ain't got razors down that joint. Keep you sharp, man. But I look at them like, damn, man. Got me.
But like I was saying, I just don't believe we're valued as much as we once was. We're not valued in our communities as much as we once was. Like it's not it. And I don't know what happened. It could be the price. It could be whatever. But we not like it's not people coming in the shop just busting it up anymore. I understand COVID and all that. I get that. But before that, the value of a cosmetologist, a hairstylist, a barber, and all that has depleted, man. Depleted. It went down.
I think it's the increase in guys that cut hair.
You think so?
Absolutely. Because when you take an industry like what we do, and now you can just share it to anybody could do. Like, I mean, it's unfair to us. So when everybody's looking at, well, the ones from the outside looking in is looking at everybody equal,
Right.
then yeah, now it's a slap in the face to, again, those ones who take it seriously. It's like with any other industry, even with beauticians. You got some women that are phenomenal at their craft, but then you got the chicks in the back in the kitchen that just want to glue a track in, and they call themselves a hairstylist.
yeah, say that they
So
the same.
now when you put that on Instagram, I'm a hairstylist.
So is it really? I believe it's the people.
Well, it's all everything.
You're not looking at you're looking at it like, again, the quick, the convenient, the cheap, and all that, right? That's what you're saying. Right?
Why don't we like
The
cheap?
chick-
We shopping for them in Mills, bro. We like the deal. Understand the deal. It's all about the deal. If the deal seems like, if this is the same haircut I'm getting from him, it ain't as sharp, it ain't as crisp, but it's the same haircut. My hair is cut.
But bro,
You
That's
feel
the
me? Like,
separation.
shopping at
It's not
Foreman
the
Mills,
same haircut
that
though.
USA Polo is not the same as the Polo from Macy's.
US Polo Association was out first before.
But it's not
And if
the
you go to
same.
the store in New York, that shit is expensive.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same because we make it different.
It's not the same
That's
because
all
it ain't the
saying.
same.
That's all I'm saying.
For instance,
There's barbers.
Ralph Lauren makes polo. I don't know who makes USA Association polo. That's the difference.
That's what, but for instance, I had a client who I was cutting for a minute, and he took a little pay cut, whatever, and I stopped hearing from him. Then he decided to come back. I said, "So where you was at?" He's like, "Man, them Chinese people charge $10.
Right.
They got barbershops now." But to us, it's a barbershop. I'm going to get a cut. Now,
racist, bro.
he realized the difference because you get what you pay for. You go in there and get that $10 cut.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like,
Nothing.
one, he can't talk to him because they don't understand it.
Hold on. This to kill the argument. All right, go get that $30 haircut, right? Just by the dude, like you said, P. Yeah, I mean, go get. It's just a cut. All right, go get just a cut. And then go get a cut by a dude that actually takes pride in his craft. And then go stand in front of your woman both times that you go get those cuts, right?
And that's who I get my. That's where I
and
want
then
my,
see the difference in
kudos
how
from.
she react to you.
Boy.
If she don't get butt naked in front of you, then literally,
Keep
bro.
going to that nigga that did $30.
Because your woman
She
is
gonna
going to
keep it
tell
a bean.
you
Exactly.
where to go
She
get your
gonna keep it a
haircut.
bean.
Oh, baby, I like the way he cuts your hair. So what you gonna do? Because when you came in the door, she was all over you.
Right.
You ain't even had to say nothing. It was panty dropping time.
Right.
When you came in with that, it's just a haircut.
Take the
She
trash
showed
out.
you it was just a haircut. She went to the kitchen.
Right.
She had her bonnet on. She probably had her robe on. You ain't had nothing to worry about.
Right. So there it is.
Listen, your girl, when you get that sharp cut, she keep you in the crib until it's no longer shut. I mean sharp.
Right.
You housebound now.
Right.
Can't go nowhere.
Where you going?
going?
What you doing?
Right.
Who you on the phone with? When that cut short, listen, you
They
are
notice you.
housebound, bruh.
They notice you.
Lock
Oh,
down.
you
ain't
just got
going
your hair
nowhere,
cut?
It's
Go
a
get that
difference.
$30 cut. You
It's a difference.
Same old nigga you been. Hey, man, this was great conversation.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
man.
I love the
Thank
barbers
you,
in the
bro.
city. Big up to everybody, all of the barbers throughout the whole city.
Yeah,
Whether,
man.
you know,
you
I
got
know
them
you're
clippers
not.
in your hand and you love it.
And keep grinding,
Keep
man.
grinding,
Listen, man.
Everybody
Don't
with a
chase the
business,
money,
man,
chase
just
the
keep
passion.
grinding, man.
Stay
Like
at it.
for real,
Straight
your
up.
number is your number. You know what you invested into it and what you put into it and why you charge what you charge,
Straight
man.
up.
Bree, you got me thinking, bro.
Everything ain't for everybody.
I'm talking from experience, man. Don't chase the money.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
It is what it is, man. Listen,
Big
make
up.
sure y'all cop y'all blueprints, man. We coming.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah. Talk what you got going on, Mike. What you got going on?
Man, I ain't doing that, man. I'm just slinging haircuts and buying houses, man. I'm trying to get to 10 by the end of the year, man. I'm at 6.
As you should.
Trying to get to
Congratulations,
10,
man.
man.
That's what's up,
I'm
man.
trying to get to 10. I got
No doubt.
6.
I mean, JR Kicks coming to Snipes, coming to Macy's.
Yeah, man. We
Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom's, we
All
gonna speak
that.
into existence. I'm saying,
All that.
we
black
coming,
owned.
man.
He gonna be
You
in
hear me?
Gucci.
First, we literally we was the first independent black owned sneaker brand in Snipes, man.
That's crazy.
So monumental things,
That's
man,
crazy.
for real.
How much the sneakers going for?
Right now, we still
Ooh,
tossing
right
the
now.
number around because Snipes is going to put their number on it. Like the deal with me is literally I sell to them and then they sell to the public.
They do their thing, no doubt.
So like literally, you know, that's why I kind of gave everybody the choice to be able to kind of get them in advance before they get with Snipes. Because then I don't want everybody like, dag, Breek, I don't got no control.
Well,
over
they
that.
was
you don't got no
75,
control
now
over
they
the price.
I don't got no
150.
control over the price. I sold it to them. They buy so many pair from me,
Okay.
and put them in their stores, and then they make their money back. You know what I mean? So
So whether they sell in the store or not, you get your check.
I
from
get
the rip.
mine up front.
Say no more. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
The front
I like
end.
that.
Man, I want to thank y'all for stopping through again. This was Barbershop talk, man, with the fellas, man. Listen, if you're a barber and you want to come through and you want to do the same thing, hit me up. Or hit Mike up.
Hit Mike up.
That's the guy you got to hit up, right? Because I don't want to be in here doing all this.
Before we got out of here, man, June 5th, Custom Compassion Tour going down. You heard me? We coming to Chester.
Come to Chester?
Yeah.
So if I dress
I
like
don't
a
know, I ain't
homeless
figured it
person,
out
you'll
yet.
shave my beard up?
Nah, you gotta really get kicked out first, bro. And I'm not living in
always
your
get
car or
kicked
nothing. I'm
out.
talking about.
I'm probably
you know
going
what
to get kicked out now because we were supposed to end this
Say
about
no more.
20
June
minutes
5th,
ago.
I got you.
Right, my guy.
But
That's
June
what I'm
5th,
talking
Custom Compassion Tour, man.
Kicked out.
Me and the Compassion crew, we coming to Chester, do our thing. This year number 5, man. We've been traveling.
Man. Listen, man.
We got
for
15
real,
cities on the
for real,
on the
I
jump.
gotta say this to you, bro. And I probably said this to you while we was hooping one time.
Don't make
right?
me cry.
Nah. This
For real.
said
Don't
this,
make me cry.
Nah,
What you
bro,
about to
bro,
say?
this is real shit.
Talk to me.
Listen, to do what you love and not get a dime for it, that's the biggest sign of humility that you can ever express to anybody. You're doing what you love and you're not getting paid for it. And you know what I'm saying? You're not getting paid. You get paid. Let me not say that. You're not getting
I'm
paid.
getting
like we
paid now.
Yeah. But when you first did that, bro, I looked at you, and when you asked me to be a part of it, I was like, man, I can't do that. I got a
Yes, you
lifestyle
did.
over here.
Yes, you
I
did.
got a lifestyle over here. I gotta do this. I gotta keep this up. I can't not do this. This is gonna be hard, bro.
You gotta
But
sacrifice.
I see what you're doing. Big ups, like you. Listen, clear definition of humbleness and humility
Right.
in their craft. He not getting a dime. Wasn't getting a dime.
Yeah,
All-
the first 3 years I ain't make.
all
First
was-
2 years I ain't make a
Ain't
dime.
make
Wow.
it down.
What can
2 years.
you give me? I take all donations and shit like that. This man did that, and now he done blossomed and salute.
Now I'm doing me.
Doing your-
But you know what? I meant to say this earlier, but before we got here. Even when I wasn't the greatest barber, I never wanted to be the barber that just stood behind the chair.
Right.
I always wanted to see what else the craft had to offer me. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing with barbers. We get so content. All right, we making $300-400 a week. I'm cool with that. Man, you got all types of stuff you can
$1
do.
million
I
industry,
never
man.
thought in a million years. I watched wrestling my whole life. I never thought I'll be cutting these dudes.
Right.
I mean, or I never thought I just cut Nick Nolte hair. That's the boy from 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy.
Damn.
230 something movies under his belt.
Right.
I cut Bull hair and I was supposed to just be cutting his hair and then walking away. They like, nah, we created a scene in the movie so you can be in the movie cutting his hair. I never thought in a million. I sucked as a barber.
Right.
I never thought in a million years I'd be. But that's
kept
because I
going.
never chased the money. I chased
Yeah, that
the
was
passion.
big ups,
It
man.
was
For
about
real.
the
When I
passion.
seen that, man, for real.
Absolutely.
Like,
Still
when I
blows
see-
my mind to this day. They hit me up, yo, the movie premiere coming up. We sending. I'm like, movie premiere? What? Like, They had to pay me for the cut,
Right.
and for actually talking in the movie.
Right.
Who does that? Now I'm an actor.
You add that to my resume
Now I'm
now.
an actor. Prices went up. Prices went up. Nah, but don't chase the money, man. All the
Chase
barbers
the
out
dream,
there,
man.
you
Listen, Puffy
gotta
said
make
that
it a
in the
passion.
Notorious movie, man. Don't chase the money,
man,
chase
listen.
the dream.
The money gonna come.
Money gonna
The
come.
money
The
gonna
money gonna
come.
come.
You gotta stay consistent. The money
I
gonna
promise
come,
you.
man.
I wake up without a worry in the world now.
Yo,
Listen.
straight up.
All you gotta do is
Straight
keep
up.
chasing the dream, man, for real. No matter how long it take, keep chasing the
If
dream.
you chase that
the
dream,
money
I'm telling
comes,
you,
man.
5 years, 10 years,
And then
however
when,
long it
when you
takes.
start getting the money, you start thinking like, yo, how many other people can I help get in a position?
Exactly.
Like you stop even thinking about the money now.
Right.
You be so caught up like, get the money, get the money, get the money. But if you start focusing on just making the right moves
Right.
and getting in the right positions, the money, I mean, I swear it seemed like it just fall out of the ceiling
Like,
eventually.
where the hell this money come from?
And
Right.
then from there, you start thinking like, damn, how many other people can? Because if you ever been in these rooms, man, we ain't in these rooms,
At
man.
all.
And you start thinking like, damn, I need more people in these joints that look like me,
Right.
that talk like me, that
Right.
come from a
Right.
similar background like me. Like
Right.
in my situation, in my industry, it's Koreans, Asians, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't nobody that look like us in these joints, man. And for real, so me stepping into this, I mean, this industry, like, for real, I want as many people. Shout out to NY, shout out to Shalir, man. Y'all both doing y'all things, man. Listen, support my young boys, man, because listen, they
But they
next
got
up in the
sneakers?
yeah, they next up in the game,
Okay,
man.
okay.
So I tell everybody, I don't care what nobody doing. Support, man, because literally when you get outside of this little urban thing that we always in every community that we in, you start to understand that it's not a lot of us in these rooms, and we be fighting with each other to get in rooms that we not even in. And for real, you need to be getting in the line with these people so you can bring them with you, so you can have somebody that's going to fight with you.
Right.
Because your voice is stronger when you got more people that's saying what you saying.
Absolutely.
You and TY.
No doubt.
Hey man, I ain't giving y'all no more jewels, man. We getting out of here.
No more jams.
And
No more jams.
support don't even necessarily mean
Money.
going and buying a
Money.
product.
Right.
Tell people.
Tell people.
That's
Share
man,
it.
listen.
Share it.
Post
Get a
it.
bucket.
Hey yo, man, shout out to the
Get a
Barbers in
bucket.
Chester.